Aloha and welcome to part 4 of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Folks, we're going to the transit bus, but first, I'm going to once again increase my strength with smashing turnips and my defense with Winifred Haley. And believe me, I am not cheating. If anything, I am still underleveled for the upcoming level. Number 4 actually gave me a little bit of trouble, but you're going to see that in this video. This Evil X is different. So right off the bat, one thing to know about this level, there are lots of rollerblading girls who can be knocked out in one hit, and all you have to do is stand there and keep swinging, but, you know, when the level starts off, they're coming at you full speed, so you gotta watch out for that. The other new enemy type of level 4 are the muggers, the bandit-type enemies. Yeah, these kind of characters were in River City Ransom, and they were also in another game I LP'd way back in my early YouTube career. Well, this isn't even a career, I'm not getting paid for this. Though one day. But, one of my original LPs was The Legend of Mystical Ninja, and just like River City Ransom, it was kind of similar to River City Ransom, actually, but, The Legend of Mystical Ninja was an awesome game, and it also had its fair share of bandits who would rob you of your money when they run into you. That's what the bandits do. Every time they hit Scott Pilgrim here, they're gonna knock some dimes off me. Or actually quarters, I should say, but, you know. They're just your typical badass, annoying enemies. Only they rob you of lots of money. And yeah, the fourth Evil X of the game is Roxanne Richter, Roxy Richter for short, and she's a woman. Ramona had a sexy phase in college, but she didn't really love Roxy, you know. She was just experimenting. That's what you do in college. You just have this, you know, self-identity discovery thing going on, I guess. But, Roxy Richter is a fun Evil X, one of my favorites. One big difference from the books to the movie and the game is that in the books, she only had a samurai sword. A very sharp samurai sword, which could cut a train in half. Or a bus, I should say, but, Jesus Christ. It's not even a bus, it's a tram, transit, whatever, thingamajigger. You know the word. But in the books, she only has a samurai sword. In fact, it's a big plot point of why Scott doesn't want to fight her. Not because she's a girl, but because she has a fucking samurai sword. And fists versus samurai swords, kind of tough, you know? Roxy Richter is a ninja. She's all stealth-based and samurai sword fighting and all that junk and... Yeah. In the movie and the game, they turned the samurai sword into a sort of chain sword, kind of like a whip, but more importantly, it's a lot like Ivy Valentine from the Soul Calibur series. So, you know, it's a cool weapon. I like that they gave her the whip thing, and it's awesome. This theme was also in level 3 when Todd Ingram was chasing you backstage, but now it's for the entire top bus section, and honestly, I think it loops a little bit too quickly, so I don't know why we're fighting a whole bunch of goons to it, but, you know. Not that I'm complaining, Anamanaguchi's music is fantastic. If it loops a little early, big deal, it's still Anamanaguchi music. So I guess I should talk about multiplayer in this single-player playthrough, because I never actually talked about it while I was playing with my friends in the multiplayer playthrough. But multiplayer, you know, it's fun, it's good fun, but the thing I definitely gotta mention is, like... Actually, first, ninjas! This is the big main enemy type of level 4. Because Roxy Richter is a ninja, of course she'd have some ninja goons, why not? With that level up, Scott got a new move. I can now head stomp people from the air. If you ever played Mortal Kombat, it's kind of like Kung Lao. I mean, like, you can jump in the air, push the Y button, and Scott will come immediately down to stomp on whatever's below him. It's a nice airborne attack, and I do enjoy it. Oh god, that doesn't look safe. the bus crashed into the frying Tengu, which is by far my favorite theme in all of Stage 4. This music is fucking awesome. So awesome! But yeah, back to multiplayer, what I was going to say is that all of the enemies drop the same amount of coins. There are more enemies in the multiplayer playthrough, but, you know, you still need a lot of money in order to buy all the things you need to buy at the shops to upgrade your character's stats and whatnot. And the good thing is you can revive your character when they're knocked down, right? Like, if a character loses all of his health, it's not officially life lost. He will be down for 10 seconds, and then the partner can try and revive him as long as nobody hits him, you know? You obviously saw it in my multiplayer playthrough, if you watched it. I'm not sure if you are, but, you know. And, the only problem is with multiplayer is, like, you need the money in order to upgrade your stats, you know, your strength and your defense. And I find sharing money with either 2 or especially 4 players means you get hardly any money at all, and that requires a lot of repeated playthroughs of levels. Because the enemies look like it just looks like a simple beat 'em up, but you do need to increase your stats, otherwise the enemies will give you a run for your money. If I was still at base stats, you know, 0, if my strength was still 0, and my defense was still 0, I would not be doing nearly as good as I am right now. Like, that ninja probably would have killed me if I was stat 0. Like, that one combo he just did, that would have been the end of me. No lie. The fat ninjas are just like the fat people we saw in level 1. You can't hit them with regular attacks, you can only hit them with strong attacks. Just figured I'd mention it, why not? But yeah, that's why in the multiplayer playthrough, I started the whole thing off giving everyone $200, just so that we would be a match for the rest of the game. It did give us an advantage early in the game, but you'll find, like, halfway in, or starting at level 4, basically, this playthrough, at this point in the playthrough, we did become even with the rest of the game, and we did start getting a little bit of trouble near the level 6 and level 7, because, you know, we didn't want to repeat levels in the playthrough. We just wanted to play through, you know, just go through the entire game once. And when you're doing a multiplayer playthrough, you kind of need to replay levels, because the amount of money you share with people, it's not enough, believe me. You need more money to buy more things, to increase more stats, and, you know, multiplayer is kind of tough like that. The ninjas are really freaking annoying enemies to fight. Not only do they have a very strong attack with their samurai swords and their constant combos, but they're also the type of enemy who love to run off screen and run right into you. In fact, every time you see a ninja, they always run for you when they first appear. So it's like they always have these surprise sneak attacks where if you don't see them coming, they're gonna fuck you up bad, man. I mean, the good news is you can block the samurai attacks, like the samurai sword. It's not like you can't block, you know. You can still block the attack and see it coming and stop them, but it's still a pain in the ass. As are these enemies, the guys on fire. I don't know why they're on fire, but there's a whole crowd of people who are on fire here in the Frying Tengu. If they run into you, you will also catch on fire, and right there. You can punch them if you punch them first, but it is a little bit tricky, you know, they're moving diagonally up and down. They are tough to hit without getting hit yourself, but luckily they're only in that part, so fuck those guys. Like with the car and the atom bomb in level 2, you're going to destroy all of these logs instantly before the timer goes out. They don't explode if you don't destroy it under the time limit, but you do get a bonus if you just feed them all under the time limit. A couple toonies. Toonies are awesome. Red ninjas come on screen, they throw their shurikens at you, and then they just run off screen. They never come back, so you don't have to worry about the red ninjas, like, coming back or anything, but, like, they're gonna be coming up eventually. And the white ninjas are your projectile ninjas who shoot fireballs at you. Again, you can block it, but still, they are annoying as hell to fight. One move I got during a previous level up was the dodge roll, and I love the dodge roll in Scott Pilgrim. I love when you level up how much more of a mobile character your character is. You know, like Like, when you start off level 1, you can't slide into people, so, like, when they're down, you can't actually hurt them. You can't really double jump, you can't do all the cool things that you do later. But when you level up, man, and you're at the highest level, the character is all of a sudden a freaking powerhouse, and it makes playing the game so freaking fun. The dodge roll is my favorite thing of the level up feature, because not only... If you get backed into a corner by enemies, let's say, and all you can really do is block, and occasionally, like, sidestep to where they are so you can attack them back, you know? But when you have the dodge roll, you can instantly roll right behind them and beat them up while they're swinging at thin air, while they're swinging at nothing because you've left. And I love the dodge roll for that. When your character levels up to the max, he has all these different stats which make the gameplay a lot more fast, a lot more fun, and it's all swell. This is the Frying Tengu shop. I don't find any of the items particularly that great, but, you know, I figured I'd get some health here while I was here. The waitress is Tamara, one of Knives Chow's friends, and she was also on the bus when we rolled in the beginning of the level. So I guess she was hitching a ride to the Frying Tengu and then somehow beat us to the shop. I don't know how, but whatever. If you remember what I said about stars in level 1, then you'd know that there's a Subspace Highway shortcut right in that door over there. But for this playthrough, I'm going to be going in the lawn way to beat up more goons, because in the multiplayer playthrough, me and my friends go through the Subspace Highway, and, you know, I want to show all pathways, so if you want to see what the Subspace Highway is like, watch the multiplayer playthrough. Because I have 2 playthroughs, people. 2 different paths. You get to see 2 sides of the coin. The Subspace Highways are always good to go in, not only because of the shortcuts, but also because, well, you're getting money. There's lots of coin blocks in these highways, and the more money you get, the better off you are. Granted, enemies give you money too, but, you know, coin blocks don't tend to kill you, so sometimes it's just better to be in certain places than others, you know? Also, I gotta make this comment, because I've only made it in a text comment when Part 2 or Part 3 came out. Yeah, I know there's a 6th playable character in the game, okay? Jesus Christ. Do you honestly think I don't know about the 6th playable character of this game? You honestly don't think I know? Why, you... Oh, Clint, you forgot somebody. You forgot that guy who you have to unlock. He's not available when you start the game. You have to unlock him by doing a certain requirement. I know. I know. And I'll talk about the 6th character later, when we actually encounter that character, when I feel it's relevant? I'm stepping all over my language here, goddammit. But, yeah, I know. Guys, if I do an LP, can you just please give me the benefit of the doubt and assume I know a lot about the game, and that I'm gonna show off all those fun little features? I check out the wikis, I check out the secrets section on the internet, just to make sure I haven't forgotten anything. I know a lot about this game. I love this game. Scott Pilgrim, I played the hell out of this game. You think, you know, I beat the game with every character. You think I wouldn't know about the 6th character? I'm just saying. I love my fans, but sometimes they confuse me to no end, you know? When Part 1 came out, everyone was like, oh, you forgot somebody, you forgot that 6th character, and I had to delete all those comments because I didn't want anyone who hasn't played this game before to be spoiled. And I'm sorry I'm going off on a big tangent, but level 4 is quite long, and all I'm doing is fighting ninjas, and there's a lot more interesting stuff going on in level 5 than 6. Ah, we got the double jump. Now Scott can do a double jump, and when you actually do the double jump, Scott goes into a roll feature, so that if an enemy is actually airborne as well, you can roll into them, and that counts as an attack, and hurts them as well. But I love the double jump because obviously it gives you a big boost over certain ledges. I could jump over this pond if I wanted to, now that I have the double jump. Well, I think I could do it without it too, but you know, I'm just saying it'll be easier to jump over the pond with my double jump. Loves the double jump. Makes platforming so fun. Oh, and since people... Yeah, I know about the hidden boss, too. I know about the 6th playable character. I know about the hidden boss as well. I'll show him off, too. Good lord. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be, disrespectful or, angry at my fans. I value my fans. I do. It's just, sometimes, you leave a comment that's like, oh, seriously? I know. I know. Anyway, folks, we're approaching the 4th evil X of the game, Roxy Richter. This Subspace Highway is the only thing left before the boss fight with her. And once again, we have more coin blocks. Lots of money. I loves it. One thing I should mention, I do highlight the battle arena where we fight Roxy is actually Ramona's backyard. And again, this is a novel reference because that's where they fought in the novel. When you hop out, there's actually a balcony with a giant hole in it. That's actually a reference to the books. Knives' father smashes Scott through that. And I was actually kind of pleased to see it in the game. But folks, now we got Big Bad Roxy Richter. She has this thing where she turns into a log and then she sneaks up right behind you to slash you. Either hold on to that block button or get ready to counter her. Like, if you time it right, you can push the block button and then counter her for big damage. But still, is it worth the risk of getting cut up by Roxy's very strong, very sharp sword? I don't know. All I know is Roxy Richter, she has a long reach. Her sword turns into a whip at certain points as well, so you gotta watch out for that. And she's a great close fighter. Oh, Jesus. No! Fuck! Okay, folks, the game has an autosave feature. Immediately when I died, it saved the progress. It saved my level ups, it saved how much money I have. So I couldn't replay the level and try again. I pretty much had to keep going. So, here's me buying more Winifred Haley. Because I need the defense. I need the defense badly. This is me getting a new level up. This level up is awesome. It lets you whack the crap out of enemies. Then I got another level up while I was playing. Push any button while falling. Basically, when you get knocked in the air and you're falling to your doom, you can push the jump button or any button, and you'll regain your momentum and land on your feet. If you thought you were falling down way too much in this game, that level up is awesome. And that is the final level up of the game. We are now at level 16. Your special move. Scott's special move is the up and Y button. He pretty much blasts everything away with a giant ball of fire. Hells yeah! Okay, let's try this again. I now have 3 lives. I'm a little bit stronger. I have a little bit beefier of a defense. And as you can see from my extra sword, or my extra weapon level up that I just got, that dealt out a lot of damage. He swings it so fast, you can literally hit people like 7 times before they hit the ground. So again, Roxy has a giant whip item. I can't remember if you can block the whip or if it's unblockable. But I do know that, she's not too complicated, really. She's nowhere near as annoying as Todd Ingram was. And she doesn't have minions coming in like Lucas Lee does. So she's the only real danger in this whole fight. I love the Evil X's who are just a mono-a-mono, one-on-one fight. Because it always adds to the personality, But anywho, I would just recommend getting in close and personal. Know when to block because her sword swipes are annoying as hell. Try and jump behind her and beat her up that way. Otherwise, Roxy Richter can fuck you up with that sword quick. But, it's not too bad. When she splits apart into 4 different forms, they swing in the corners, but they rarely hit you, honestly. As long as you just stay away from where they're generally going, they're not too much of an issue. Boom! Oh yeah, Roxy turned into animals. She didn't turn into coins. Again, a reference to the books. Want another reference? That cat beside me? That's Ramona's cat. Its name is Gideon. Yeah, she named her cat Gideon. Anywho, folks, I'll see you in level 5. Richter.